that top spin. How could I not win? This is top 10. From the bottom, gotta sip how the top wins. I sit back, reflect, and do it again. Hardest milli is the first, now we got 10. Talking 10, 10, 10, 10 times 10 and again. I am number one, not number two. If I'm not the one, I'm uncomfortable.
Yes. Come on, people. It is Friday evening right here from our studio, right here, live and direct from Maryland, the studio of One ISTV. Welcoming everybody onto the show. I tell you, it is what it is. When it rains, because it's going to pour it down from Game 5 preview. It's the show. I tell you, I am ready. Come around Manchester United as we get it right. And I got to tell you something, people. If Ten Hag fails to win tomorrow, I'm Ten Hag out. I'm so Bishop all the way from Canada. I'll be Ten Hag out tomorrow. He's here with me in the studio. I tell you, it's a massive game when Manchester United will be facing Crystal Palace. But that being said, it's Game 5 preview. Welcoming this great man from all the way from Canada. We got to do this tonight together. Jeffers is stuck in the traffic. He'll be joining us at some point. Please smash the like on video if you haven't subscribed to the channel. What are you want? Come on. Subscribe right now. Smash the like on the video and share this video. Come on, let's go. Bishop, are you ready for me? Bro, you're welcome to the show, Bishop.
Yeah, good. Yes. Let me copy you. How is it going, everyone?
Yeah,
on the show. I hope the week. We're back to the Premiership Champions League midweek. You know, lot of goals on one day, then dry goals on the other day. Just funny, but we are back with Europe best league, which is the Premier League. And they were going to be serving us Spanish League, Italian League. And you also say so you are falling in love with one of the league. I don't know what you are falling in love for. I don't
oh my goodness.
But it's good to be on the show. So there's some matches going on already, like Alaves Sevilla. Alaves is leading 1-0. I'm watching that. Verona, Torino is leading 2-1. Stoke City all 0-0. So there's some matches going on already. So but let's talk about our own tomorrow and next tomorrow.
All right, you're welcoming everybody onto this show. This is Bishop live and direct on this channel. I think Jeffers is stuck in the traffic. Jeffers, are you still there in the traffic? Oshodi City, talk to me. I think it's still in the traffic at the moment. All right, let's go.
If it was Oshodi, it would have been better. I'm actually hiding somewhere on the island, though, but I'll be heading back very, very soon. But I think you can get me from this point. All right.
Yeah,
I'm audible enough. Okay, perfect. Yeah. All right, Bishop, I greet you. How's it going? Anyway, you know the city. You know the city that never sleeps. It's Friday night. Everybody's always bubbly. So we decided to just step out a little bit. Anyway, we've had an interesting week with the Champions League. Although people are still wondering how this format works, but well, get used to it. This is how it's going to look like now. Interesting fixtures. Match day 1, we had a bucket load of goals. Match day 2 is as if maybe someone offended us on match day 1, so all the goals dried up. And match day 3, somehow the goals started coming up, but in places where you did not expect them to get to.
Yeah.
We saw FC Barcelona fans, after making the noise that they were going to take their pound of flesh on Monaco, yes, they got stunned again.
Easy.
And all of a sudden, everybody is blaming Ter Stegen all of a sudden for the whole issues, and I begin to wonder, is your keeper? Get used to it. You should have thought about getting a plastic. But
All
anyway,
right.
we have a weekend, interesting weekend coming up, and
Yeah.
for those asking for Ten Hag out,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You will
I,
get a result this weekend, and you will
ah,
forget everything happened.
if you don't get results after gang out. All right, welcome everybody onto this show. This is Jeffers right there in Lagos City. Game week 5. Let's start with this. On tomorrow it's gonna be West Ham Chelsea. That's the first game. Bishop, is Chelsea do you think they'll be able to win this game?
Well, Chelsea, they found a way to win the last game, even though it was tight.
Yeah,
Even though it was very, very tight, but they nicked it at the time they needed to. Their bench is what has come to be their strongest strength, and which is something that they could rely on, because the players coming from the bench are as good, if not better, than the ones on the pitch. So that is a very strong attribute to a team. Coming to a West Ham that always also find a way to nick team, still putting things together, still using some old legs and mixture of new legs, still finding a way to incorporate the midfielders, the new players they bought, the Wan-Bissakas and the likes of them into the team. So it's going to be an interesting watch. The first kickoff. So for UK, we said it's the lunchtime. It's a lunchtime
we
kickoff.
just wake up.
Yeah, but we in Canada, it's just an early morning.
Early momo.
But that's how it is. That's how it is. So I'm expecting a very tough game. The last game, I'll be so blunt here. Palmer did not show up at all. Palmer did not show up. I didn't see anything he played in that game. And it might be because they missed Enzo. I don't know if he's going to be playing a game, but Palmer did not show up. And for West Ham, that has a very strong midfield, I struggle to see how he's going to show up again. West Ham has a stronger midfield than Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think they have
they have Souček, and they have that Brazilian what's his name, the Brazilian guy also there. It's going to be very tough for Palmer. It's going to be very strong for Palmer to make an impact in this match. But going on the wings, West Ham also have two good defenders on the wing. They have Wan-Bissaka on one side, and they have this guy that they just brought also. The guy has been playing well. I don't know how I forgot his name. Very nice guy. But all in all, I expect Chelsea to still nick this in a way, even though it's going to be tight. Chelsea didn't play any match during the week, so it's going to be tight. I expect them to nick it, but let's see how it goes. If they do, fine. But I expect Chelsea to win this.
All right. Moving on to this Aston Villa Wolves. Last time Aston Villa were able to win the game, I think over Everton, 3-2. Yeah, I think over Everton. So in this game, what do you think about this particular game? That's with Wolves visiting them.
With Wolves visiting Villa, it's very simple. Villa in the midweek were fantastic. Their first Champions League match for a very long time.
Yeah.
They showed up, they killed the other guys. I was thinking of young boys. Young boys has always been in the Champions League. So I was not expecting Villa to just roll over them. But it happened that they did. They roll over them, and that's what we have here. But what I really saw in that match, if I'm going to be really, really honest here, the problem is Watkins. Now, when Duran came in, I saw flashes, and I saw that they were more direct than Watkins. Now, do you bench your main striker that we all come to know for Duran? Duran is pushing that door. Now he can change the formation to a 4-4-2, which means he's going to lose one of the midfield. He's going to lose one of the midfielder. Is he ready to go that route? I'm not sure. But if it comes to the fact that they are behind after some maybe 60, 70 minutes, then he might be forced to just play both of them, because he will not want to take away Watkins and also play Duran at the same time. That being said, I look at the a position that they've put the coach right now of him coming up with an attacking tactics that can contain both. Because bet me, if Durant does not play consistently this season, a big club will come for him. Chelsea came for him last
straight
season,
last season, yeah.
but they didn't let him go. Chelsea will also come this season, and he will push because he will know that they've seen me. Everybody has seen that I'm good as I'm as good as Watkins. So they have that headache. Number two, again, their defense against Everton. Everton scored two. Everton was 2 goals up, but they came back. So their defense is also something to to watch out for, because they are not as strong as they think, or they are not as strong as the tactics puts them. They kind of play an high line like Spurs, but they are quite better because they don't just go out. They kind of watch it, but they also play an high line. So Everton getting 2 goals is just because Everton could not defend. That's why they actually ran over Everton. And
Yeah.
Calvert Lewin could
That
not
guy
convert his
is
chance.
crazy.
He
Look at
missed
that. It will have been
one-on-one almost
3-1.
twice or three times.
Yeah.
So him too is part of the problem. That is, so we'll still get to Everton. So for Aston Villa, having come out from that midweek from Young Boys with a strong result like that, I'm expecting them to continue in that line. Wolves have been having a thorough season, and if they don't watch it, this is a this is a form of relegation already.
Yeah.
So they need to watch it. Although they have the players to bring them back, the captain Lemina, very nice, good player. The new striker they signed, also a good player. So they are going to find a way to put this together. But this is not the match
This is
that
not
they
the
can
match.
start from. So maybe their next match, but not this one, obviously.
Not this particular one. All right. Thank you so much on this one. And Fulham versus Newcastle. Bishop. Well, what do you think about this game? I'm seeing draw in this game.
Okay, so this game actually is not something that is one of the matches that will determine how far Fulham has come.
Yeah.
Now they've played West Ham, they drew. They've played Ipswich, they drew. Now they are going to be playing these guys. They have a good lineup to pull a surprise against Newcastle. Newcastle obviously are the favorite, but they have a good lineup to do that. Looking at their team, Iwobi is the starter. Iwobi is the one controlling things in that midfield. But they have a guy at the right side of the wing, which they don't use well, which is Adama Traore. He has a good speed, but they don't use him always, which is one of their problems. So they need to find a way to put that guy in. Oh, Smith Rowe. He has been playing free zone, free roll. He has been moving from left to back and front and midfield and attack. He pops up everywhere, which is the best position for him. Is a free roll. So it's been a good signing for them. And they have a Nelson from Arsenal also. They have people on the bench also. They have 2 strikers also, just like Villa. They also have 2 strikers that are competing. Both of them are at par for now. Jimenez and Muniz. The 2 of them are at par. They've started Muniz for the first 3 games. Last game was Jimenez. I don't know who they are going to start this week. So we look to see. But Jimenez started and scored. Muniz has started but has not scored. So we look to see how they will start with that. For Newcastle has dipped in form. This is not the Newcastle of last season at all.
But they're in third position now. They have 10 points.
They have 10 points because club like Chelsea, Man U are not pulling string. You know, like Sports are not pulling strings. They find themselves in third position because there are some teams that we expect to do things that are not doing anything. So that's why they are finding themselves in that position. The Newcastle we have come to know from the past 2 seasons, this Newcastle look a shadow of them. Number one, maybe the striking force of Isak that has not been pulling the weight for them. Isak has not been delivering. So maybe that's one of the reasons. Yeah, give me rest, which I was hoping Man U could put a
that
bid for him to sign. Bruno, I struggle to have seen his impact this season, but I know we are just starting the season, so it's just a week 5. We are not even getting to week 10 yet. So I expect him to pull his wings. I expect them to put this. So this match, just like you said, you are seeing a draw, but Fulham defense is the problem. They don't have a defense. Although our own Kevin Bassey is there, but it's not someone that I can rely on defensively. So I think I'll still favor Newcastle to pick the points in this one.
All right. Let me ask whether Jeffers can hear us now. Jeffers. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm good. Can you guys hear me? All right.
Yes. All
I
right.
wanted to just quickly chip in something on this particular. Um, Newcastle, Fulham. For me, I think I will want to lean on Newcastle for this game because of one reason. I have looked at Newcastle's squad based on their recruitments from last season, and I've looked at Fulham's squad from their recruitments from last season. And what I'm saying is, I'm seeing it looks like Newcastle seems a bit more prepared compared to Fulham. Because one
Mm,
thing is this, Fulham have been able to bring in Elliot Anderson, Anderson from Palace, but it still looks as if that defense line is still the same.
mm.
You get me? It still looks like it's the same. Newcastle, on the other hand, and one thing about Newcastle that has worked for them in this transfer in this period is that they haven't sold any player. They maintain the same team from last season up to this point. That gives them an advantage
Advantage.
compared to Fulham because of the fact that they are balanced. They know exactly what each person's function is and what the person brings to the team. I think we could see from last weekend's game against Wolves that that was a game of two halves. Wolves had the first half, but the second half was all Newcastle. And if Newcastle go with that same pattern against Fulham FC tomorrow, I think they actually run away. And when you consider the fact that Fulham just finished
Mm.
a 32 game shootout just on Wednesday against Preston, which they actually eventually lost. Eventually, that was in the Carabao Cup. I think that's already bringing them at a form of disadvantage because of the fact that there's still going to be some after effect of the thought of that defeat that is still going to be on their minds for tomorrow. But they might want to give it their best. I think Marco Silva will have to prove that he still has what it takes to get this game. But I personally feel Newcastle will take this one.
All right. Quick one. I think you did Korodu. I'm hearing Korodu or something.
I'm a Sobalende actually inside the bus.
Ah, Obalende, long time. Time. Bishop, you still remember?
It's been a long while, honestly.
Yes, sir.
All right, Bishop, talk to me about this game. I think this is another chance for this team has been conceding. They have no points, no no win this season. Can they nick something in this game? I'm talking
So
about Everton.
so this is the first game that I see. So just like I said, if you remember when I watched the game, Everton, Aston Villa, I saw the game. So not that I saw the scoreline. Those guys didn't play that badly. They didn't play badly. Everton didn't play badly. It's just number one, just like I said.
They
I
just
looked
lost
at the
concentration.
striker. The Calvert Lewin needs to be not prolific as much as Ireland. Just score the simple goal you should score. At least when we're growing up, the strikers we're growing up with is people like that can score this one on one. This one on one was a basic thing for strikers. This is what we know strikers to score, not losing one on one at will as at every chance. He got a too good chance to kill the game at 3-1, and everything would have been over. But he
Yeah,
squandered the chance. Again, they will look at that midfield of the Corey and Wharton. Wharton, for all the things that they talk about him, oh, is the next this is the next that. He needs to defend. He needs to put in the shift to defend. So I'm going to start with Everton and think they will get something from this match.
hmm.
I'm thinking they will win the match. Why? I will tell you why.
Tell
I
me,
go,
I want to
I go to
know.
Leicester City. Leicester City, for me, they are playing in the wrong position. If you notice, is playing behind the striker. It's not a 4
It's not.
in this team again. He's
It's
playing
10.
behind the striker. It's a 10. In fact, his 10 is now forward. It's Skip and Winks that play the 4. Now they have another guy that I don't know why that guy is still playing football. I don't know how he got his signing.
Who
His
be
agent
that?
must be really good. Jordan Hayu. I don't know how
Oh,
he's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah, yeah, yeah.
clubs. That guy is one of the worst players I've seen in football. This and he has always been lucky with
I've
clubs.
been so
First
lucky.
is Crystal Palace, now is Leicester City. So the only threat of this Leicester side, number one, is Vardy. But Vardy's threat comes from a midfielder that can launch the ball forward for him to run. Vardy's strength comes from give me the chance to run at the defender, not with the ball, off the ball. That's what
Mm,
he is good at.
that absolutely.
On the left-hand side, they have a Mavididi, which is also a good dribbler, but he's not convinced. Now, this is their wing point also. Their defense is
shambles.
Where Face, Okoli, Justin, Christensen, any of them you put, they are the most rubbish defenders I've seen. These guys can concede one of the most useless penalties. The match against Crystal Palace, the penalty they considered. See, as soon as he conceded the ball, you know, sometimes you just foul and the referee blew penalty. Everybody will go and meet the referee. Go and tell VAR. As soon as the referee blew the ball, the guy, nobody went to everybody. What kind of tackle is that? He knew that it was a very wrong tackle. Nobody went to the, and because of that, the referee just said, "Okay, I'll never give you a yellow card for it." Because everybody just said, "This one is just, how can you make that tackle at that time of the match?"
Yeah.
Although Crystal Palace were pressuring them, but the way they handled that match, they messed up in that match. They could have gone out with, they would have led that match even with a lose if Mateta was very, very prolific. They would have lost that match, but they escaped at one point. All they depend on is the speed of Vardy. I'm telling you, I've watched Leicester. Is Vardy push the ball on the run, Vardy run after it, try and get something. Then there are also their free kicks and their corner kicks. Also, that's what they also depend on. So for me, I'm stick with Everton because of what I've seen. Everton is not far off. Everton is not far off from this. I don't think they will get relegated because when I watched that Aston Villa match, I just saw some lapses they need to fix, and I believe this coach can fix it. So for me, I'm sticking with Everton.
Dice. Wow, that's massive. Moving on. Wow, yeah. This time around, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. The last time, I mean, the last game, the last weekend, we all saw what happened at the Anfield. This time around, with this thing happening, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. but Bournemouth is not bad as well too now.
See, are you asking me about this one?
Yeah,
I think over their only casualty from the Champions League game against AC Milan was Alisson. The fact that Alisson picked up the muscle injury, so he's likely not going to be involved for this game. But apart from that, I think it's a case of once beaten, twice shy for Liverpool. I do not see this happening. I think they will take all 3 points because of the fact that I've looked at that Bournemouth side. To tell an effect on, it's still having an effect on them. We saw Evan Nielsen against Chelsea on Saturday last week, and despite the fact that he had the chances, you could see that something was actually missing. In fact, that game was a game that, in all honesty, Bournemouth should not have left without at least a point in that game. But because of the fact that they failed to take their chances, that was what made them to actually lose that game eventually at the end. So I think this game, if they make those mistakes again, Liverpool punish them for it. And once Liverpool gets the first goal in that particular match tomorrow, it's game over. I don't see how they're going to survive. Exactly.
They don't finish. All right. Bishop, you want to say something in this game?
Yeah, so just like Jeffers have said, so let's just move on because I don't see Liverpool dropping any points in this game.
I don't see it too. All right, moving on to Southampton versus Ipswich. Bishop.
For me,
how can we read? How can we read this game?
Southampton. This is my game for the weekend. This is my game for the weekend. This is the game that will determine who is relegated this season, and I'll tell you why. Southampton plays this kind of football that their coach is very stubborn to change, just like the sports coach, which we will get to very soon. They play from the back, they pass with the ball, they've been making mistakes and they've been punishing them, and that's why they've been losing. Against their last match, we cannot be harsh on them. There's no how that they would have won that match. There's no how they would have won Man U. Even if Man U will use that and score, they will not win Man U. There's no how they will do that. Although they have a penalty at the first time and they didn't help themselves, they still lost the penalty. So, so for me, I don't want to judge them against the top team because we are expecting them to lose. This is where I want to judge them. This is your mates. This is who you came up with. This is the people that you guys are together in the same WhatsApp group. So if you cannot beat this kind of people, you are done. Just go back to where you are coming from.
Well, I'm seeing Ipswich winning this game.
No, I'll tell you that's one. Number 2, for those in the FPL that put Benare, the defender of Southampton, the guy has not been gathering any points. As a matter of fact, he has been having -2, -1. This is the best match to play him. If he cannot gather any points in this match, then he's not anything again. He should not sell it. For Ipswich, they've been direct. I like their wingers. I like what I've seen. I like Delap a lot. In fact, considering bringing him in my FPL, he's a good striker. He's off the ball. He's like a traditional Vardy kind of striker. They've been good. They have this winger that Chelsea gave to them. Ochisi, the guy too has been pulling weight. Not too good, but he's pulling weight. Then there's a defender I like there also. Good guys. They've been doing well. But this is where it becomes very dicey. The two of them have to come together and say this kind of match is the match that you play and you get your 3 points. For me, Southampton has not gotten any point this season. I mean 3 points, not 1 point. Now, no, I think they have 1 point. They should have 1 point now. Southampton should have 1 point.
Yeah, so I think they do. They had 1 point. It's only Everton, no point. Everton.
They have 1 point. No, they don't have point also now. Southampton don't have points. Southampton and Everton don't have points. It's Wolves that have.
Southampton and Everton have no points. No points. They lost all their games so far.
So for Southampton, I will say this is the match to get 3 points, and I'll give you 3 players that I'm looking out for. Number 1 is the guy from Chelsea, Leslie Ugochukwu. Very nice guy, very nice player. Against Man U, I saw some touches that he did before the whole thing started going south. Then Sugawara, the guy plays right back, also a good player for them, very good player for them. He shows signs against Man U. Then the guy, they have a 17-year-old guy they introduced.
On the right.
The guy
he showed that look like
the guy. You saw it. It was the guy. I think it was the guy that caused the penalty. Yes, 17.
That guy is good.
Yes, I'm looking out for the guy also. So because of this, I'm going to be sticking with Southampton, and because I like Ramsdale. I don't.
Ramsdale.
I'm going to be sticking.
But just very unlucky
on this one. But I know you want it to win. But this is my match that we won, because there are many matches at that time. But I'll be focusing on this match. I really want to see how they stop to get how they will try and not get relegated. So this is the match I'm going to be spending my time watching after Chelsea's match, of course.
All right. Bishops, hold on. This is Tottenham time to beat to face Brentford. They lost to Arsenal last weekend.
I was very
what is wrong with this coach?
I was very it's not the coach. They come to the season and they have this mentality that at all, even if we finish 19, Arsenal should finish 20. That is their mentality. Arsenal is their cup. Once they win Arsenal, they've won the Premier League. That's their whole problem. That's what they come for to do every season. Arsenal is their cup. Once we win Arsenal, we've won the trophy. Anybody can win us, but Arsenal will not win us. Unfortunately, for the past 3 seasons, Arsenal has been beating them at White Hart Lane, beating the hell out of them. Not only beating them, Arsenal won them with shots too. I call them shots too because there was no Rice, there was no Odegaard. Giorgio was just playing nonsense on the pitch. I don't know how he survived the minute he played. Giorgio was just losing the ball anyhow, but they still beat Tottenham. That's why I say they beat Tottenham and they beat them convincingly. Even though it was 1-0, that was a convincing 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
And if that match has continued for the next 700 minutes, Tottenham will not score. They will know how they will score there. The players were disappointing. The fans lambasted them. And for the first time, analysts are calling out the coach. That what is he doing? He said in his second season, he always wins a title. Now, EPL is out. Carling Cup, they still went behind the Carling Cup. Thank God for their big boys. They had to start introducing their big boys to win that match in the Carling Cup match. So they are still in the FA Cup. So they can't even win the FA Cup.
They can't,
because I think Arsenal is going to take the FA Cup serious. And Man U Ten Hag is not going to let the FA Cup go. That's his best right.
Spurs should forget it.
So he's not saying he has to win actually the second season.
He can't win nothing.
That's left to him. But let's call his tactics now. Let's bring out his tactics.
Yes.
When you face when Arsenal is going to Man City, we are going to get there. You see Arsenal restrain themselves from attacking. when you meet people that are better than you, when you meet players or when you meet the formations that are more rigid than you,
Yeah.
it is a call for you to say, okay, guys, let's take a step
That
back.
that is where your defenders start to work. That is
I
where your
don't,
defense works, and that
I
is where
don't
Ange
understand.
is missing it completely. Just finish. I'll give my own thoughts about the game eventually. Just go
So,
on, Bishop.
okay, so for I don't really know why he has this rigid mentality of this is how it's supposed to be and this is how I will do it. I don't care if Man City is coming. I don't care if Real Madrid is coming. I don't care if it's Barcelona I'm playing. This is how I'm going to set up my team. You are going to get beaten most of the time. You are going to get, and again, if you play a strong side, the what's it called? Nottingham Forest, when they went to Liverpool last week, they sat back, soaked the pressure, looked for the counter, and they hit. Many of the small teams, many of the smaller teams in
They
EPL, that's
know
how they will
themselves.
play you.
Yeah.
That's how they will play you. And guess what? Most of them has a very robust defense system. If they can soak your pressure and hit your one counter and score, that's all.
That's
And
all.
that's what Arsenal does show them. That is not about your attack. We can defend and we can attack. Arsenal does show them we can defend and we can attack. You can only attack, but you
You
can't
can't
defend.
defend.
And we all know that defense wins you title. And they have good defenders. It's not that they don't even have good defenders. Poro for one. I think Poro for once is a good defender. Udogi on the other side is a good defender. They have one of the fastest, if not the fastest defender in EPL, in the Holland guy, the Netherlands guy. What was that his name? The only person that I fought in that defense is
What's his
Romero.
name? Oh, that name looks
It's
so
only Romero.
That's Vicky van der Ven. Van der
Yes,
Ven. Van der Ven. Yeah.
It should be the fastest central back
He's the
in EPL.
fastest player in the Premier League, actually. He's the
Yes,
fastest
he's
player.
the fastest. So
Yeah.
that means he can recover, he can come back, even if he has been beaten once, he can recover on time. The only person in that defense that I don't like is Romero. And
Romero,
guess
yeah.
what? He has even been their
Full
first.
of mistakes.
Yes, he's full of mistake. His attitude, his everything. I don't like it, but he has even been their best defender. So how he cannot form a system that can play football, not just attack, play football, defend and attack at the same time. Because attacking is not football. You must be able to do both. That is where we call you a complete football system. Look at Pep Guardiola. Let's say Pep Guardiola does not focus on the defense. Even if Alan scored 21, the other team will score 22. So they will win you. All the goals become useless. But this is how it is. Man City attacks. Man City defense. That is why Arsenal and Man City, go and look at their defensive record. They concede less goals. Top side concede less goals. Liverpool concede less goals. This is Liverpool's first goal that they've conceded in four matches that they conceded last week. That was their first goal they conceded. How do you they've conceded they conceded almost 8 goals. So when you look
And they couldn't score.
and they couldn't score. So and they got a Solanke, and Arsenal wanted to say in Keita, they went to get Solanke. I don't understand how they went for Solanke. I don't understand. Because of his last season, no
The
problem.
last
They are
season
faced
now.
it now. For
It's
Liverpool to
because of
sell
last
someone like that, you should know it's not a mistake that Liverpool sold them. So I'm looking at their goal consider. They go against 4, go for 4. So their goal difference is 0. This reminds me of Man U of last season. Simple. This is Man U of last season. As much as they score, as much they concede. That is Man U for you. Now they've taken
I think it's still the same thing this season as well too, because United also has a good defense of 0.
Yeah,
They scored the same number of goals they've conceded.
I've considered 5 also. So, but if you go to the top of the table, you will be seeing someone has scored 11, concede 3. Someone has scored 6, concede 1. Even Liverpool has scored 7, concede 1. That is a hallmark of title challenging team. That is it. So for me, this match is just unfortunate that for Brentford, this guy is injured. If not, Brentford would have snatched the win in this match. Their main striker, the black guy, Whistler, what do they call it? Whistler, is injured. So he's not going to play this match. So Impimo will be the only one. And I struggle to see how they can put something together. If they defend well, soak the pressure. They too, they have fast player. Mbomo is one fast player. They have another players on the other week. If they can put it together and they attack, you see where we go from there. But I see Tottenham using the anger that they lost to their arch rival, and they will pour it on Brentford. But if Brentford can withstand the pressure,
yeah,
then this match is going to end in a draw.
All right. Let's move on to this game because of our time. Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. You know, I said it that if Erik ten Hag did not get this one right, I think I'm going to start saying Erik ten Hag should cook Burnley.
And I'm not in support of that. Right. I'm not in support of that. And I'll give you my reasons. Eric has basically made himself the enemy of the press because of the fact that he has constantly made it look to the pressmen as if they don't know what they're saying. We watch a game where United plays as abysmally terrible football and they don't get the result they expect to get. And when you ask Ten Hag what is wrong with the team, in his press conference, Ten Hag will tell you we played absolutely well. We gave a very, very good performance. The guys were confident. My guy, we are watching you. You are playing absolutely nothing. How will you give a good performance when you're playing nothing? I don't understand. Now, for Palace, on the other hand, Palace lately has become a sort of bogey team for Erik ten Hag. And it's very, very funny. Last season, they defeated him. Last season. Upper season, in fact, I think last season's game was terrible. At Selhurst Park, it ended 4-0. I have never seen a Palace side come at United with so much vigor and so much energy, and they were just getting away with every single chance. It was easy. But I think this time the advantage is that the major tormentor in chief for that particular result is no longer at Palace. Olise has left. But you've now created another problem. Eze is still there. Eze will always find a way to get to that. I will get to that. And Mateta is a striker you do not underrate. And over the week, we saw Eddie Nketiah finally make his debut last week. And yesterday, the Carabao Cup, you actually saw him. He got 2 goals.
Yeah.
That's to understand the fact that, okay, yes, now they've gotten rid of Ayew. They've finally gotten a striker that knows how to do the exact job, which is score. Now, the question now is this. When you have a striker that can score against a side that somehow still cannot decide whether they want to defend or they want to actually play passing football from the back, what happens when that striker gets a chance? He will score. And that is what I'm scared of with United. I think there is still yet to be a synergy in that defense line. I think the Light hasn't really had too much pressure and is going to come up against that pressure from Palace tomorrow. I think Palace will always want to take chances from outside the box. And if they give them that chance to do that, there's going to be trouble. Because the truth is, as much as United's defense might be okay, my major fear is not the defenders. Is that man behind them I'm scared of. Because we do not know which Onana is going to turn up. Is it going to be the guy who knows how to keep and create those chances for his team from the back? Or is it going to be the comedian who always wants to do one thing he is not meant to do and they concede a goal? Anyway, for Ten Hag, he has done all the praising he wants to do. You got a 7-0 win against the Barnsley side that I personally feel did not even show up at Old Trafford. Now you have to start to prove that yes, you can get the results. According to some people, they said at least finally somebody called Pocoli has finally gotten his goal for the first time in a very long while. I will keep my comments on that one for now. But I personally feel with the setup that United has right now, Anthony is not getting a shirt anytime soon. That's a guarantee. He's still going to stay on that bench. So whenever he's allowed to come to the party, let him get there and do his job. If he fails to do his job, he's no longer going to get a chance. But this one, I'm going to call it safe. I want to see United win. But if they do not take use of their chances and Palace gets them, we might see something else happen.
Bishop, do you agree? What's your take on this game? Crystal Palace versus Man U.
Well, one thing that Jeffers refused has not acknowledged is that Ugarte played against Barnsley, so I think he's ready for the Premiership for this match.
Thank you.
Yes, Boogie team, Crystal Palace. Welcome, Boogie. You're welcome, Mr. Boogie. No problem. Tomorrow, we'll know who Boogie is. But this is it. Let me just break it down. Just like he said, he mentioned one person. He mentioned two people, of course. He said, they've gotten rid of Ayu, and we spoke about him. I don't know how that guy still get good clubs. I never know. So they've gotten rid of that one. Fine. So they now brought in one of the dangerous Arsenal player that knows how to score Man U, Nketiah. Nketiah is starting. They will start Nketiah and Matata. Matata he's not a good striker as Nketiah. I still rate Nketiah more than him. But for just something in him, he knows how to score. He knows how to score. So that is a problem. That is a big problem for us because any small chance, he will score. Satati had chances in the first 20 minutes of that game. They had like 3 chances apart from the penalty, but they couldn't convert. This ones will convert. This ones will convert. And you are going to share us pack. If they score you 1, 2, 3, or even 1, to get back is hard. That stadium is like the old Arsenal stadium. Ipri is very small. The stadium is very small. It's all jam-packed. And they all know about the stadium. They know where to enter. They know where to stand in. They know where to place themselves. They know everything. So I am really, really not scared for Ten Hag. Before the season started, I said he's not going to survive December. But by the time they gave him some pieces, I said, okay, so that they will not say they just sack him after giving him the pieces. Let us give him till December. Just like you said, this is one of the matches that will judge his staying in Man United. If he lose this match, his staying has come down to his percentage of staying has come down. If he wins this match,
he's on a half-life if he loses this
so
game. I'm sorry.
he has so this like a final match. So this one is like Champions League finals for him. So if you like, let him take it like Carling Cup or FA Cup. That's his problem. But for the management, this is a Champions League final to determine so one of the 2 steps to determine your fate. If you cannot beat people like Crystal Palace, which are traditional mid-table team, how will you try? And you've already lost to one of the giant top 6, and you're still going to play Sports in your next home game. I don't know how he's going to manage that. So for me, it's a all-win for Man United. But looking at Crystal Palace setup, I saw their first match. Those guys.
The truth is this. He cannot afford to lose one more game because of the fact that as the league is, he is yet to play Tottenham. He is yet to play Man City. He is yet to play Chelsea. He is yet to play Arsenal. He is also yet to play against some other teams that seem to have to find a way of getting away against United. Aston Villa away. I am actually worried. These are 6 games that it looks clearly that he might actually drop points. If he loses one more game against a side he is not meant to lose against, the press will not be nice to him. And one thing about the English media is this: when they keep on giving you chances and you try to play smart with them, the day they will come out for you, you will not survive it. I worry for Ten Hag because of the fact that he is still yet to admit the fact that most of the problems United are facing are actually caused by him. He is yet to admit that, and I'm actually worried. There's a day that's going to come whereby the results will not go in your favor, and believe in me, all the protection you're getting from the board, they will actually start taking it out on you. I want to see how he's going to escape by that point.
All right, thank you so much on that. Let's move on to this one on Sunday. Brighton versus Nottingham Forest, another big game. Bishop.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest, they are booming, they are boozing. We won Liverpool. Give us the league. Their coach was very happy. That was a very nice. You know, when you deploy those kind of tactics and it works, as a coach, you feel fulfilled. So it's like they played for each other, they defended for each other, they attacked as one, they were all compact, they were everything. And what is it? I not played one of the best game I've ever
Best game.
seen him play in his life. He locked down Luis Diaz. Diaz, Diaz, Diaz was no show, no show. And Salah, I don't know what happened, but it was no show also. Unfortunately, we in FPL we captain Salah instead of
Can you
Haaland.
imagine? I captain that guy now.
Not no point of correction. Remove me from that list. Too. I actually transferred
Can you imagine?
out of my
Your network is breaking up. Oh.
squad. That very Salah out. And I gave my back to Haaland on that particular day. I brought in Haaland specifically because of that game, and I took Salah out because of the fact that I have actually watched Salah play against Nottingham Forest several times, and
your network is pretty
Yeah,
bad.
when he now got to the network is down.
You don't get home. You don't get home. Your network. Oh my goodness. We are struggling to hear you. All right. All right, Bishop.
Yeah, so Nottingham Forest, they are booming, and Brighton is down because they actually drew. They were the one that went to draw Ipswich. That's making the Don say Ipswich will now win Saturday. Wait and see now. Because they drew Brighton. No problem. But Brighton has the stars. See, this is a very young manager. I think they said he's 33 or 35. He's a very young manager. They're playing exciting football.
33. He's the youngest in the league.
33. So it's good. It's good. So now he's facing some pressure. He's facing some pressure. You will know that on his lies the head that wear the crowns. Now you will see that it's not by talking football, it's by showing workings. You have to show your workings. So Forest coming from a very morale boosting win against Brighton at Brighton Park. I don't see them picking any points. This one is not Liverpool. This one, they will run you over. This one can run. When you meet your mates, your strength is on par. But this one, you will not want to sit down and defend and say we attack. You want to come out and you will beat you blue and black. So for me, I'm just giving the match to Brighton straight up. And Brighton has welcomed back Ferguson. It needs to be stated. Ferguson is back. He played in the Carling Cup. Ferguson is back. So Joao Pedro blanked last this thing. He was unused because they said he had a knock. He's back. Those guys are back. So for me, I don't see anywhere Forest is getting anything out of this bag. They should stay with that 3 points from Liverpool and enjoy that one.
All right, let's talk about this big one. Let's talk about this big one. Let me start with you, Jeffers. Are you scared in this going to?
There's nothing big about this match.
Not one bit. The reason is this. I think if there's one thing Mikel Arteta has been able to work on with his side, is the fact that he has been able to work on some deficiencies that this Arsenal side had, and he has made them become strong points for them.
What's the deficiency?
The goal. I'm coming. Let me get there. The goal Arsenal scored against Tottenham was their 23rd goal from set pieces.
Oh, okay.
Good. This used to be a particular point that was easy to score Arsenal against. Arsenal were terrible at set pieces. They conceded a lot from set pieces. Fast forward 2 years, 3 years under Arteta now. If Arsenal has a set piece, you should be worried, because when you have those two guys step into that 18, if you do not take time, one of them will score. I'm talking about Gabriel and I'm talking about Salah. Another thing that he has been able to work with them is the fact that all of a sudden, Arsenal doesn't concede. He has been able to work on that defensive aspect that you find it now difficult to score. And I think even Pep even highlighted it when he was having his press conference within the week, where he said it's not a case of if we are going to get a result against them. It's more of a matter of if we will be able to score. And we all know that as Haaland is as good as he is, Haaland has this particular issue against defenders that know how to tackle him, he tends to run away. We
Yeah.
saw that midweek against Inter Milan. He was
Inter Milan.
basically snuffed out of that game. The same thing he was snuffed out. He had only 17 touches on the ball. Although to me personally, we've already known Haaland basically. Haaland hardly touches the ball. The only thing is this: when he gets that final pass
Final
to
pass.
make him beat that defense line,
Killer.
he will score. So the thing now is this: it all comes down to how well Arteta can actually work on his defensive shape to make sure that final pass doesn't come. Although, yes, he might have an advantage because of the fact that Kevin De Bruyne picked up a knock in their Champions League game on Wednesday, and he was a doubt basically. But although I heard he is fine as at this afternoon, I heard he is fine. So there's every possibility he might play on Sunday. However, if you're looking at the antecedents of what happened last season at the Etihad, there's a case whereby Arsenal went to that game with a defensive plan. If they do it again this season, it will still work for them. Because one thing I've told you about City is this: City has players you can actually look out for to get the job for you. From that midfield, you have Rodri. He's Marshall in that defense. He shields that defense. You know, whenever he's there, there's always a very higher chance of sitting up. Then you have Kevin De Bruyne, who is the orchestrator in chief. His passes will find a way to get through. The only way you can actually take the ball out of the matches, you don't give him that free way to take that pass. Instead, you now start finding a way to
Your
get
network
into
is your network is getting terrible now. You're breaking. Yeah.
Is it better now? Let me see
Yeah.
if I can change the supplier.
Yeah.
Okay, it's better now.
Yeah. Bishop.
Okay, so for I wanted him to finish and ask him some question. Yes, so
we always
Ryan
deliver.
was
Yeah.
okay. It's back.
So now you have Bernardo Silva, who always gets away to always majestic feet, quick thinker. He's nifty. He's very, very smart. He can always sling through any defense line. Haaland's case is very simple. You give him the ball, he will score.
I lost him finally. I lost. Okay. I
They
think
missed.
it's
They will have to find a way to work out how they were able to work out the magic they did against Tottenham and against Atalanta, against City. The only difference is it's going to be difficult because of the fact that compared to previous seasons, it was always a case of you playing City home first. Now you're going away to City first. The last time this happened, City won 5-0. Although, yes, the last time it happened, City won 5-0. I hope it's not going to happen, but one thing is this: if there is one game I feel we might just actually end up sleeping throughout, is this particular game, because it seems Arteta has taken some time to go and meet Diego Simeone to learn the art of dark art defending,
Bishop, you there?
which he
I
has
let him
done.
finish.
It's very funny. It's very funny that all of a sudden Simeone's team is now conceding goals, and Arteta is finding a way to keep clean sheets. The defensive line is what has been able to work for him as well. Because personally, I still feel that attack line is not to scratch yet. I'll be honest with you. You moving Havertz to play 10 has been an advantage for you in midfield, but has been a disadvantage to the attacking side because of the fact that all of a sudden the goals are not coming. Martinelli has been off form.
Yeah,
There's no way we can actually
everybody
say
have
it.
been talking about Martinelli
He's
now.
been off form. It's been showing, but now it's very, very
over
obvious.
10 months now.
Yeah, his last goal was actually in February. That's how long it has been.
Wow.
Goal or assist, it's been in February. And you can actually see in the young man's gameplay that he is down at the moment. I think what he needs to do is he just needs to
On the
have a
bench.
sit down with himself on the bench and actually reflect. If he does that, he's going to be able to actually get back to his form. As for the other Jesus also the
That guy
same
is not a
thing.
striker.
He isn't a striker. I personally felt like the major reason why he wasn't transferred out this season was because of that they gave him the benefit of the doubt of the fact that he had an injury, so it was very difficult to assess. But with what I have seen so far, I'll be honest with you. Jesus is going to be on the transfer market by the end of the season. Arsenal are going to get another striker. That's a certainty. Now, it's not a case of Ateta has to find a way to get through this particular 90 minutes. He has done it against Tottenham. He managed to do it against Atalanta. He has to find a way to get out of this one. If he is successful in getting a result in this one, then I will say it clearly. Pep will have a major challenge in his hands this season. But if Pep somehow finds a way to get a result, my major worry is it's the Etihad. City hardly lose games at home. So basically, if I want to put my neck on this line, I might just call it right down the middle. I'm looking at a straight draw. I'll be honest with you. Yep, I'm looking at a draw.
Win this game. Well, I
do not see it happening. Honestly, I'm looking at a straight draw.
Bishop, over to you. Bishop,
that's my thought.
So just stay on the line like that. Stay on the line like that. So my first question to you: do you feel like Arsenal is stronger in defense from last season than this season?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
They are stronger in defense. Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you. I'm going somewhere. I agree with you. So Raya was the last season keeper, and he's still there, and he has improved. He has shown that he has improved a lot. So for now, if the season should end, Raya will be the player of the season for Arsenal. No argument about that. So that's good. Do you think the midfield has improved or the midfield has decreased?
The midfield, personally, I think it has dropped a bit. It's dropped a bit. It has dropped a bit, yes, because it's dropped a bit. Yes, because I feel Partey is no longer where he used to be.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The strikers, do you feel it has reduced or it has increased?
There has been no striker. No argument.
So yes, no signing nothing. But do you feel like the way they were scoring goals easily last season, they find it hard to score goals this season? Do you agree? Yes.
I do.
Okay,
yes.
So let me pick it from those two sides. Defense wins you title. I agree. I'm not arguing that. Your personality, number one, let me figure out White. White has been the worst player in the Arsenal team. Let's leave Martinelli in the attack. White has been awful, but people don't know. People have not seen it. And this match is going to expose him. Timber has been the outstanding defender. I thought California or those guys you bought would just come and just take the shit. That Timber is playing ball. That Timber is balling. I watched the guy, like, this guy is playing ball. This guy is good. This Timber guy is good. Number one, you can't beat him one-on-one. It's very hard to beat him one-on-one. Then number two, he passes and he has some techniques. It's just because him and Martinelli has not played for a long time, so they are not clicking. And again, they said it's not Rice that should play that left wing, that it should be Merino. So if Merino should come, White moves back to 6, Merino takes that side. So it will be Timber, Merino, Martinelli, or anybody you want to put. So if they form a partnership in that side, I see it like a thing that will go places. That's one. But for now, you are playing without Merino and you want to play. So obviously, Rice is going to go back and pair with Partey. That's what will happen. Havertz will not play midfield. Havertz will strike. Because what I saw from Gabriel Jesus in the midweek was a shambles. Even Nketiah will not even play like that.
It was a disaster. Nketiah will do better. Honestly, he will do better.
I tell you,
like
that guy is not a striker.
I know Arteta tried something like, let's see if Havertz will work and let's see if Jesus is going to do so. But he saw that no, this guy.
He saw it didn't work. He took him out immediately. It's a no. I'm sorry. So, it's a no.
Now, if Rice should go back and Partey, Rice, Odegaard missing, so normally Trossard will get in here. My problem with Trossard in midfield is that he tends to do too much. To me, I will play Trossard as behind the striker. Why? Because if they talk of the most clinical finisher in the Premiership, not even in Arsenal team, Trossard nicks it ahead of Haaland. Haaland will play 10. If you give Haaland,
he's among top 3.
If you
he's among top 3, yes. He doesn't miss his chances.
6. Haaland will score 6. If you give Trossard that same 10, Haaland might score. Trossard might score 7 or 8. He's very prolific when he comes, and that's why he's better.
Exactly.
He's better.
He's prolific when he comes.
He's very prolific when it comes to scoring.
Currently, yes.
He hits it well
prolific,
and he scores. there was a one-on-one that Martinelli had that he that failed out. If it was Trossard, that would be a goal. That would have been a goal. There was a run in.
Trossard will score.
There was a run in against Spurs that Martinelli did.
Tottenham. Yeah, he was alone with the keeper. Normal Martinelli, I know, will bring that ball back to the center and score. He wanted to take it from the side. It's not working.
Yeah. And the first thought he made in that process of that goal that he missed was a very good touch, because it was inside and he was supposed to not be coming inside. If that guy should foul you, it's a red card straight. But he now went to the side again. He took it to the side also. So that was very messed up. But what I'm saying is,
now I know why Brazil are actually struggling with strikers, because all their strikers all of a sudden are not working. All of them are not working.
So the reason why I'm highlighting Martinelli, I want to say something. To me, if I have Martinelli and Trossard in the team, even with this current form of Martinelli, I won't start Trossard. That's the truth. I've seen him start against.
Exactly. That's the thing I always say. Trossard shouldn't start.
I've seen him start against for Arsenal.
Still starts Martinelli.
This guy does not impact game when he starts. He does not impact the game when
he's an impact substitute. He affects games from the bench.
Yeah, I don't know his problem, but he doesn't impact game when he starts. I don't know his problem. But once he comes in, you will see his impact. That's one. Martinelli, all Martinelli needs, that's where he is in the class of Rashford now. They needed a goal to boost his confidence. Rashford has gotten that goal. Now his confidence is back. All Martinelli needs is a goal. Once he's playing well, he's defending well. Go and check his defensive. He comes back and help. He's defending well.
He's doing well. He actually was Arsenal's best attacking player in the game against Tottenham. People didn't realize it. He's doing well. He just needs a goal. That's all.
What I'm saying. He just needs it. So people are just too hard on him. Sell him. Calm down. This guy just needs confidence. He needs a goal, and he will get his confidence back. For that, they will go to Man City.
Man City. Huh.
Bad news for Arsenal. Rodri is back. Rodri played in the midweek, full match, 90 minutes. Rodri is back.
I gave us the laugh.
That was unfortunately time that he was back against Arsenal. So don't expect Godogan and Kovacic midfield. Rodri is starting. That's one. Number two, the fact that De Bruyne will not even play is a plus to Arsenal, because I would have preferred De Bruyne to play. Then that useless guy that they call Bernardo Silva, that doesn't get tired. There's Duracell battery in all his body. The guy doesn't get tired. I would never have supported him to play. If for anything, the reason why I would love to Man you to buy him, the guy can press. When they talk, who can press? Press here. If you like, pass him around, he will still come back. The guy is energetic. Even at 82 minutes, 93 minutes, he's still pressing.
He's ready to go.
So
he is ready to go.
It would have been good if De Bruyne
played.
You will know that De Bruyne will not mark, but you can throw a dangerous pass. Unlike this one that will press you, he will not give you time to think. He's like a pest. He's just like a pest. So for me, Man City will win this match convincingly.
Yes.
Now you said the last one. You said Arsenal does they find a way of not conceding goal. They've been lucky. I'll tell you that they've been lucky against Atlanta. Atlanta has a penalty. They saved it twice. That second save, okay, let's assume the first save was good. That second save shouldn't have happened. Not the ball to the another direction. Why? Why are you not doing it to that same direction? So, good. He made double save. I applaud Raya. That's Raya has improved. It's reflective, because that was the second time making a double save. So
and now we know exactly why Arteta went for him and decided to go Ramsey on the bench. He's showing it. Yeah,
he showed that he's better. So now, but that save shouldn't have happened. Imagine Ireland playing a penalty twice. You know it will not happen that he would lose it. Even if he won't. The second nothing will enter, you know. So they have been lucky that they've not met a prolific striker like Ireland. So that's their luck. Against Tottenham,
I would say Haaland has been lucky so far, because we've seen Haaland in his last 3 games against Arsenal. The first one he met Saliba, he ran for his life. The second one and the third one, it was Gabriel he was fixing. And believe me, Gabriel didn't. In fact, he hates playing against Gabriel more than against Saliba, because Saliba will easily just take him out of the ball. Gabriel would kick him to frustration.
Yes.
He will let him out.
Yes.
He is physical.
Yeah.
So I want to see that. I want to see that engagement on Sunday. Honestly, I will just stay at home and watch this game because it's going to be interesting. Totally, that's what I want to watch this weekend.
Because of my time.
Let's flip on to the referee. I hope that this referee will not kill this game because I've seen the referee for the game and he has been. They said it was the guy that the Man City owner paid to go and blow a match in Saudi Arabia also.
Yeah,
so please, I will not want a situation where this person will just come 15 minutes to
a referee spoils the game. And problem is, when it comes to English referees, they somehow find a way to just spoil a good game when it is going all right because of one officiating that doesn't go either way.
So that referee keeps his head cool in the whole 90 minutes.
Exactly. For the whole 90 minutes.
Not the Chelsea one that started sharing yellow card like it was. All
right, Jeffers, thanks for showing up on this one. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
I hope Pastor wins.
Definitely will. Same thing as well. So I hope it. But if I see a draw, I'm also okay with it. We will manage it as long as City doesn't get all maximum 3.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jeffers. Bye for now. All right. Bishop, thank you so much. Thanks so much. Yeah.
So about Man U Sunday or Monday, anyone.
Sunday, anytime. All right.
Okay, thank you so much. If you should have fun, enjoy the match, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, this is how far I can go tonight. Let me say thank you to everybody. Please smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and what else? Share this video, and I'll be back on Monday for the review of this GameWeek 5. Bye for now.